This is Cam Jennings coming at you on behalf of epicconversions.com. Hope you guys are doing amazing out there on this fine Friday morning. Out here getting a walk in. We're going to be talking about autoresponders this morning. And I want to talk to you about my autoresponder, my main autoresponder. And we're going to be getting into that today. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Before I do that, quick weather report. It's probably about 35 degrees out here this morning. It's windy, but there's no inclement weather conditions. It's supposed to snow later. It's nice to be out here walking, but I wouldn't consider it pleasant by any means. It is pretty chilly out here. All right. Next order of business. Listen, if anything I talk about resonates with you today, you like the stuff I'm talking about, you owe it to yourself to get over to epicconversions.com and join my email list. I do a free newsletter 3 to 6 times a week. And I feel like I put my best free content out by email, So if you like this content, you definitely owe it to yourself to join my newsletter. All right, let's talk about autoresponders. First thing I say about autoresponders is that your autoresponder, it's pretty much like the heart of your business online. At least in my experience, it has been. I mean, they could shut down my website. They could shut down, they could shut down so many things. They could shut down my YouTube channel. They could shut down this. And all this stuff has actually happened to me. They actually have shut down my website before. They have shut down my YouTube channel before. They have shut down my Facebook before. All that other stuff has been shut down before. As long as I have my email list, I'm good. I can be started back up by tomorrow. It's not a problem. So, the autoresponder is like the facilitator for your email list. So it's very, very close to the money is what I'm trying to get at here. Very, very close to the heart of what runs most online businesses, which is, the customer database. So if that's the case and you recognize that as a truth, then you got to recognize the fact that you need to be able to trust your autoresponder provider, your EMS. Now for me, the first thing I'll say about this before I get into my autoresponder provider is that a lot of people, you see a lot of these softwares kind of fly by night. They pop up here and there and everywhere. People trying to offer you more bang for your buck, Oh, this will be it'll be this, and this, like a Swiss Army knife, and it'll just pop up out of nowhere. Maybe it'll offer you a one-time price, whatever. I don't really go for stuff like that for autoresponders, and the reason why, and I'm not saying you can't test stuff like that, but what I'm saying is for your autoresponder, for the company that manages your email list for you and who's in control of sending out your emails when you want to send emails to your list, you need that company to be very stable, very dependable, have been around for as long as possible. So that's the first thing I would say. Anything else where you're just trying to test, see if you can save some money, that's fine. But you should have Old Faithful on standby, because it's too close to the money. It's just too close to the money. So that's the first thing I say about autoresponders. You got to go for dependable, reliable, stable. Not saying you have to have the most expensive autoresponder out there. I'm just saying you have to have something reliable and dependable. That's what I'm saying. If you can find a good deal on that, then go for it. Me, I've been using AWeber for over a decade. literally over a decade. Now I have, in that time, tested other autoresponders, have tried other autoresponders, but when people ask me why I use Aweber, and look, this is not like some kind of affiliate promotion for Aweber, okay? That's not what this is. They got their problems too. I think the reason why I've stuck with Aweber all this time is because of one simple reason. I can call them on the phone and they'll fix my problems. If I have a problem, they can fix it. That's why. Personally, I want to surround myself with people I can trust and people who are problem solvers and who can fix problems for me. That's why. Simple as that. Aweber's not perfect. But that's what I'd say about that. I think you got to be careful taking advice from some of these companies when they're giving you advice on, well, I don't know. It's kind of weird, honestly. But I'll give you a couple cons about Aweber. The big con, the thing that bothers me the most, and that is, I don't think they're very good at email marketing. Like, their email marketing is not very good. I don't believe. They try to set their emails up like blog posts, And the worst part about it, so it's very corporate, you know what I mean? They try to make it real corporate, like they're presenting. I'll tell you what, I've been with Aweber for over a decade. I don't know what the face is behind Aweber, It's really, feels like a really corporate infrastructure, And I think that's fine for an autoresponder service. As long as you're solving problems and doing your job, I think that's fine. And I even think that's fine for your email marketing. You're a software company. You want your emails to appear very, corporate, kind of blog-like. I think that's fine. If that's how you want to do it, that's fine. I don't think it's very good. I don't think it really resonates with people. But that's fine if that's how you want to do it. My problem is when you start trying to, send out educational emails about how to do email marketing, which, it seems like a good fit, right? I mean, you're Aweber, your business is email marketing, so it seems like a good fit. The problem is, the things you're recommending in these emails, they're ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, always have a header in your email. Preposterous. Absolutely ridiculous. Have links to multiple things in your email. Absolutely ridiculous. Listen, the more I make my emails look like blog posts, the less action that my list is going to take. That's the truth. Email is a one-on-one activity. You might be sending an email out to 10,000 people, but when they receive that email, that's an email to them from you. It's a one-on-one transaction. So this idea of trying to make an email look like a blog post is ridiculous. When people go visit blog posts, last time you went to visit a blog post, did you feel like any need to take action, or were you just there for information? Were you just kind of casually observing? Then you're going to back out and go to your favorite social media platform. Yeah, I mean, if you answered yes, then you probably answered like 80% of everybody else. That one-on-one conversation is powerful. And a blog post doesn't present as a one-on-one conversation. So the idea of kind of converting your emails into these blog posts is preposterous. This idea of putting links to this and links to that and links to the other thing is very blog posty. It looks nice. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice. But it's not something that really works very well with email. Not as well as it could. I'll tell you what they need to do. They need to put one person in charge of email, and they need to let that person sign off on email, and they need to stop trying to present so much like a corporation. They really do. It's just not effective. And the thing is, I know the people out there who don't have as much experience as I do are going to be eating those stupid emails up. And they're going to be like, oh, this is the way to do it. A. Weber said this is the way to do it, so this is the way to do it. You're going to have all these idiots, doing these emails and making them look like blog posts. Then they're going to be wondering why they're not getting any results. Man, why ain't it working for me? This works for A. Weber. Nah, dude, it works for A. Weber because A. Weber has a software company that everyone needs. People didn't sign up for A. Weber's list because they thought they could teach them email marketing. They signed up for the list because they need an autoresponder, and A. Weber is very stable. They've been in the game for a long time. That's why they're there. That's it. Has nothing to do with A. Weber's ability to be a good email marketing team, because they're not good at email marketing. Actually, they're kind of bad at it. But yeah, that's A. Weber. I love them as a software company, but I hate their email marketing. It's really bad. And the idea of them sending out these educational emails that's designed to teach other people how to send out do email marketing, it's ridiculous. Let's just take one simple little strategy that they like to talk about. It's basically, you can sum up all their strategies in one simple concept. Make your email look like a blog post. I mean, do people even go to blogs in 2024? I don't even know. I mean, who does that? I don't even know. The thing is, I'll give you one example. This idea of putting links to multiple things in your email. Making this one a button, and making this one a link to this, and this one a link to that, different resources and whatever. It's like a blog post. But the thing is, I can tell you, after a decade of doing email marketing, you're gonna get far less results when you put links to multiple things in your email. The more options you give people, the less action they're gonna take. That's the truth. So if you're trying to do email marketing for results, any link you put in your email should always just go to one thing. One thing needs to be the focus of the email. You shouldn't have an email that focuses on all these different things and has links to all these different things. Look, and I've broken this rule before. That's why I know. But look, it's not just me. There's been all kinds of scientific tests done over the years. I could reference the JAM study and all these other tests that have been done over the years that basically essentially prove that the more options you give people, the less action they're going to take. So that's just one thing that A. Weber does that is completely, in my opinion, wrong. And I don't think that there's necessarily any wrongs and rights with a lot of this stuff. It's what's effective and what's not effective. But that's not effective. And trying to run around teaching all these newbies to do it that way, I think it's sad. What's even sadder is that you have an email marketing company, like a company that specializes. But here's the thing. They're an autoresponder company. They're an EMS. They don't specialize in email marketing. They specialize in making software for email marketers. That's a difference. That's like thinking that the company that makes baseballs are going to be like professional baseball players or something. No, they make baseballs. Easton, Louisville Slugger, they make bats. You don't expect the guy who makes professional bats to be able to hit home runs, do you? No, man, his specialty is making the bats for the people who hit home runs. It's not the same thing. It's something different. So to expect, AWeber to be amazing email marketers is probably foolish. That's how I see it. It's not going to change a lot of people, especially newer people who don't know any better, from thinking, oh, it's AWeber. They specialize in email. They must be amazing email marketers. I should listen to them. I used to feel that way too a long time ago. First year or two of my career, I felt that way. But it's not true. It's absolutely ridiculous. The more of these educational emails I get from AWeber, the more I realize they don't know the business of email marketing. Unfortunately. So anyways, what's the point of all this crap? The point is, don't expect the guy who makes the bats for the MLB to be like a professional Major League Baseball player. Don't expect the guy who makes the balls for the NFL to be an NFL caliber player. They're not. They're just the guy who makes the balls, right? Don't expect the guy who makes the equipment for the professionals to be a professional themselves. Right? There's a difference between making equipment for professionals and being a professional. That's what I would say about that, the truth is, email should not look like a blog post. It should look like an email. The truth is, doesn't matter how many typos you put in your email or grammar mistakes that you put in your email, as long as you own it, as long as you make a joke out of it, as long as you make it a part of your marketing, right? Anything can be worked in, right? But that's nuance. That's nuance, and that's strategy. So, and I think good email marketing requires nuance and strategy, and that's not something that AWeber does in their email marketing. They use just very, very big corporate, what do you call it? Run of the mill. Just run of the mill. It passes the eyeball test. You know what I mean? It's almost like an AI. It passes the eyeball test at first glance if you don't know any better. But the more you look at it, the more you're like, what is this? The thing is, when you open an email that looks like a blog post, it looks nice and professional, and it passes this eyeball test like, ooh, fancy. Right, that's because AWeber wants you to perceive them as being professional. They want you to perceive them as being like corporate because they're a fancy company, right? They're a fancy email marketing company. They want you to see them like that. But the thing is, that's not good email marketing, right? Making your emails look like blog posts is not good email marketing. Putting big headers at the top, it's not necessarily good email marketing. Putting all this branding in there and the email itself is not going to help you get results. Putting links to multiple things like it's some kind of a blog post, it's not going to help you get results. And then running out there and teaching everybody else to do the same thing is ridiculous. When you know damn well that everybody's on your list because of your software, not because your email marketing prowess. Anyways, that's what I have to say about it. The bottom line is, you want to learn how to be a pro, learn from the pros. Don't learn from people who make equipment for the pros. That's what I'd say about that. I love AWeber. Don't get me wrong. I still use AWeber. I've been using them for over a decade now. But I don't think they're the best company to take email marketing advice from. Now, if you're out there and you're looking for an autoresponder, you're looking for a tool to use as an email marketer, I think AWeber's good because they help you solve problems. They are not the most expensive company in the world. They're pretty reasonable. Now, one caveat to that, if you're going to use them for cold email, if you're going to be using solo ads, if you're going to be going out there and putting a bunch of cold emails on your list, you got to clean that list often. I mean, I'm talking about every couple weeks you need to be cleaning that list. If you don't know what that means, when I say cleaning lists and all that stuff, you should check out my mentorship club, right? Because, you know, you don't know what that means. We go into detail with stuff like that in there. But you can find that at epicconversions.com. Scroll down to the bottom, you'll see mentorship club down there. Check it out. Yeah, I mean, Aweber might not be the best for cold email unless you're cleaning your list often, like I said, because Aweber, they're sensitive to the spam complaints. They're sensitive to, you know, the people not opening your emails, stuff like that. So there are things you can do to make it okay. One of those things is cleaning your emails. Another one of those things is putting engagement loops in your autoresponder series. These are good things to do. I'm not going to go into that now because obviously this is going on too long. But listen, that's all I got. Just talking about Aweber this morning, just kind of thinking about autoresponders, and just kind of thinking about like who you learn from. But that's it. I hope you guys are doing amazing out there, and have a great weekend. All right, peace.